Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Delighted to have with me the fun duo of Campbell, Hatton, and the ex-boxer, retired boxer himself, Matthew Hatton. Gents, firstly, how are we? I'll start with yourself, Matthew, first, since you're older.
All good, thanks. We've brought the weather with us today, haven't we, from sunny Manchester? So, no, I'm really looking forward to Saturday. Always great to get on the AJ undercards. Been a lot happening this week, but my main focus is always on this man next to me, young Campbell, and he's looked fantastic in training, in sparring, in preparation. So I'm expecting a really good performance on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it.
Campbell, I believe, top of my head, this is the fourth outing of the year, so busy first half of the year for you.
Yeah, it's been non-stop, so I think it was April, May, June, every month I was fighting, so nice busy start to the year and hopefully the same again, nice busy finish.
Was there doubt that this fight and Campbell fighting on Saturday night was going to go ahead? What was going through your head? Obviously, we all found out on Saturday, just like yourselves as well. Matthew, you're smirking at me, so what was going through your head?
Campbell will be laughing here now because he was sweating a bit, but I said, listen to your Uncle Matt, it'll happen when there's money involved and the amount of money that's around AJ. More times than likely there's always a way, so I was never worried, to be fair. I know Campbell was a little bit worried. I told him to stay focused, which he did, and here we are.
Yeah, so I was sweating a little bit. I just thought, it's my luck, innit? But we, like we say, we stayed professional over the couple of days where there was a little bit of a question mark, and the mind was still on the job all the way through, and now we're here. So yeah, just buzzing with everything with Matchroom 258 for getting it done still.
We had a crazy year last year with this whole Conor Benn stuff going on in the background. We had a fantastic week of boxing last week with Inoue, and then we had Errol Spence and Crawford. And then on Saturday, honestly, when you get the news that another fighter has failed the test, and of course he's innocent until proven guilty, but it's not a great look for boxing, is it, Matt?
Terrible look for boxing, especially with everything that's been going on lately. I think boxing really needs to get its house in order now, because for your average person on the street looking in, they're going to think boxing's full of cheats, and that's unfair on the fighters that are putting that work in and are clean athletes, as I still believe the vast majority are. But it's seeming now that there's a problem with drugs in boxing, and it needs to be stamped out immediately. It really does.
Yeah, so totally agree with what Matt's saying. I think where people are saying everyone's at it, and I don't. But like the people that we've heard about doing it, I can't think of anyone that I think's doing it. So, like Matt says, the vast majority I think are clean athletes, but it does muddy the water a little bit for us all. So it is a shame, and they need to. Obviously, these failed tests to keep cropping up. They need to either change the system if people are innocent, or improve the system to keep catching people.
Matt, what's AJ's mindset like? It's not the first time this has happened to him. We saw Big Baby fail, and then Andy Ruiz comes in. It's Helenius. There's no Andy Ruiz. But what do you think his mindset like? Do you think he's cool, calm, composed because he's experienced it before? Or do you think there's some elements of doubts?
No, he's still fighting at the end of the day. It's not the fight he wants, Dillian White. But, AJ's a big favourite going into this fight, and he's been professional a long time now, with great achievements. He's still fighting. I think he'll have kept his mind on the job, and like you say, if AJ's anything like the AJ of old, he should go in there and do his job and do a real job on Helenius, and that's what I expect.
Campbell, like I said at the beginning of the interview, you've been quite active this year. We've got Big Johnny Fisher on the undercard. He's fighting for his first title, the Southern Area Heavyweight title. In terms of yourself, when can we expect you to kind of move up, prep up, and take on some of the British names that we have here?
Yeah, I think pick up a title myself by the end of the year. Like I say, we've got to get through this fight at the weekend, but I think this fight, another 8-rounder, and then I think we're ready to go then. So whatever opportunities are around, I'll be happy to take.
Do you thrive on being? I know there's a lot of criticism about a year ago on being in the limelight, obviously being who you are with Ricky Hatton being your father, but have you got used to it now, the momentum of fighting on these big shows?
Yeah, I'm in a much better place to deal with it all now. I don't, like, the pressure of being my dad's son doesn't come into my mind, whereas early on in my career you could see that it did. There was a few bad performances where things just clearly got too much for me a little bit, but I think because of them, that's why I'm in this position where I've been there and done it on the top stage, where I've had the stick and I've overcome it. So I think now it's a bit of a safety net, really, where I know things aren't going to get worse than that. I've done it before, and now I can just concentrate on my boxing.
Okay, gents, we look forward to a great night of boxing on Saturday night. Appreciate a bit of your time. It looks like you don't want to go in because probably the sun's not inside, so I can understand you standing out, sitting outside.
We need the sun more than others, so we'll stay out here as long as we can.
Thank you for speaking to Boxing King Media.